All right, today we're going to do something fun. We are comparing the Tom's Line Plexion and the Rowan Dumbler in kind of a head-to-head match to see which one I actually like better. I did demos of both of these pedals, and I love them both. They both sound really good. And these two are always my go-to pedals if I need a distortion for, some other type of pedal I'm demoing. If I need to run, a distortion into it or something, I always go with one of these two. And I've never actually did a side-by-side comparison to see which one I really like better. I mean, they are both amp simulator pedals. This is a Brit stack simulator. Is what it says. This is supposed to simulate the Dumbler amplifier, and I figured, what the heck? Let's just throw them both in there and see which one we like better. They've got similar controls. They got the gain knob, they got a tone knob, and then the Plexion has a bright and normal switch, and the Dumbler has a voice knob. And I kind of found a setting on the couple of settings on the voice knob on this that match what this switch does. So I think it'll be a pretty even comparison, and yeah, we'll just plug them in and start getting some tones and see which one we actually like better. Okay, I did a little bit of playing around, and I think I found the settings on the Dumbler's voice knob to match the switch on the Plexion. That Plexion switch is a normal and a bright, and I think with the Dumbler, if I crank that voice knob, it kind of gives me the same as the bright side. And then if I put the knob at about little past 12, maybe not quite 1 o'clock, it to my ear seems about like what the normal setting on the Plexion is doing. And so that's kind of what we're going to go with. Right now I have the Plexion on the normal. I have the Dumbler voice knob there where it should be, and the tone and gain on both of them are straight up 12 o'clock. I did have to have the volume on the Dumbler a little bit louder to be as loud as the Plexion. The Plexion just seems to my ear to be just a little bit louder. But yeah, I think we'll click the Plexion on first, play a little bit, and then we'll switch over to the Dumbler and see what differences we can hear. All right, let's crank the gain on both of them and see what that does for us. All right, we'll go Plexion first. Definitely would say that Dumbler punched through better. Yeah, that higher gain setting definitely gave me a difference. Well, let's go down to a low gain setting. We got them both down at about 9 o'clock now. This is the Dumbler. difference in that. Let's try a little bit of soloing. That was a Plexion. A little bit of difference there, I think. Dumbler might be pushing through a little bit more at the lower gain settings too. Well, let's go back to 12 o'clock on the gain. And then let's crank the tones both all the way up. How bad is that going to be? Here's the Dumbler. Volume. I don't think that Plexion's quite as bitey as the Dumbler is. I don't know. Yeah, that Dumbler is still cutting through a little bit more. And yeah, maybe it's just that little bitey quality of the tones doing that. Well, let's drop that tone all the way down into Mudville. This is the Plexion. Wow, that Dumbler still pushes through nicely, even with that tone all the way down. The Plexion just just becomes mud. Dumbler. Yeah, wow. Well, let's put that tone back. Let's crank the tone back up all the way. What the hell? And then now we'll play at that switch. This is the Plexion on the normal setting. Definitely throws a bite into it. Now we'll do the Dumbler on with that voice knob, like I say, right about in the middle, a little higher than middle, and then we'll crank it all the way up. No, I did not like that all the way up. I do not like that voice knob on that Dumbler all the way up there. All right, we're going back down to the other setting. We'll keep the Plexion on the normal switch. And, yeah, I don't know. We'll just play around a little bit more. Let's put the gain at about 2/3. And we'll have a little more fun. This is the Dumbler. Back to the Dumbler. Now let's drop the gain down to about 1/3. See what that does for us. We're going to drop the tone down to about 2/3 on both of them. Alright, gain at 1/3, tone at 2/3. This is the Dumbler. Try something. That was the Plexion. I think in order to get the Plexion to cut through as good as the Dumbler does, you have to have it on that bright switch. Or on the bright setting of that switch. But yeah, they're just both such good pedals, and they definitely have different tones to them. I'm going to listen back to my recordings and see if I can get a more of a sense of, which one I like better or what they're actually doing. Okay, I listened back to the tracks, and I think I like the Dumbler a little bit better than the Plexion. It just, to me, seemed like it had a little bit more of an open tone to it. The Plexion just, it was more closed. It seemed like it was more, I think that's, being a British stack simulator, I think it is more overdrive type of a distortion, more driven from that, and this being, supposed to be like the Dumbler, which is, or like the Dumble amplifier, which is kind of a more of an overdrive dirty tone, and I think maybe that's why I like it more, because I am a big fan of overdrive. But yeah, I still love them both. They both have really good sounds to them. And yeah, definitely we'll still be using both of them. They are great sounding. I think, like I say, the Dumbler to my ear just has a little bit warmer, even though it was brighter in a lot of the comparisons, and it did cut through more. Overall, the tone, I think, has just got a little bit more of a I don't know, there's just some quality about it that I just like more. I mean, it's hard to describe tone to people because everybody's, has different tastes and hears things differently. But anyway, yes, very fun experiment, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So yeah, very cool. As always, hit that subscribe down there, hit the like, and I will see you in the next video.